guys back, my name is Senki from Digislots, and today we talk about the new meta EX08. A fresh wind with a side set coming again here, with some new changes in the format you will see here. But first, right, left, and hit the thumbs up button for more awesome content and subscribe for free, because when on my way to 1,100 subscribers, there will be a giveaway, guys. There will be a great giveaway. Look at this. These are all locals pack, look at pack, different sets, kinds, winners, Pokemon, old cards, Impmon, memory gorgeous. There's a lot of stuff in here, as well as the two starter decks, Vortex and the one Cendril, without the trainings, but the whole decks are in it. I will send this to you guys. You just need to subscribe for free, and let me know in the comment section down below what is your favorite card from EX08, and we go straight up into this video to show you guys which are the best decks in this format. Let's go. Okay guys, we're coming right now at the tier list we're talking about. We have a lot of decks to discuss, what we are gonna do and talking about. And red hybrid, I think hybrid decks are really strong in this meta, but purple hybrid player in this matchup, as well as other decks, have more counters for this deck. And this deck doing tops, yes, it's topping, but it's not that consistently topping, so I will put red hybrid tier 1.5 sometimes is lacking the kind of strange and loses when you don't find your pieces, and for your hybrid deck you need to invest turns for that one, and other decks just combo around or high rolling and you get overrun. That's what kind of problem what Agent have right now. Then like I saw a lot of new support coming out for the fish. We have the Metal Digimon, Blast Digivolve is really strong as a new sixer. And we have an on-play with Digivolve and Digivolve 1, what is really cool. Your opponent Digimon then return one of the play cost 7 or low Digimon to the bottom of the deck. All turns where we have one on one memory, one of your opponent's Digimon can suspend. And it has Aquatic type, so Aquatic decks are getting good kind of support. You have as well a new EX09 coming out, and as well a new Plesiomon. And you get the Aegis Dramon, what is really strong as a card, as level 7. It is a DNA Digimon. There are lists that you play in the Dramon promo. Yes, I know it's expensive. I made the video and showed you guys how expensive it is, but there are lists as well where you don't need to play this card. This card is really cool. We turn up to 14 play cost total, both of opponent's Digimon onto the bottom of the deck. If the DNA Digivolve, you might play up to 12 cost total worth of DS trade card and Devolution card without playing the cost. All turns where you have one or more memory, none of your DS trade Digimon are affected by your opponent's effect, and it's really good. You get an unaffected effect, or you have one or less, none of your opponent's Digimon can activate on play effects, and that's Aquatic as well. I think it is really strong, and I will put it like, not many people don't know what this deck does. It's kind of the surprise of the deck, and that's why I think as well it has in 3 vs 3 ahead of first place in Japan, as well as an Evolution Cup and some other kind of tops I saw. I will put it for the first weeks as 1.5, and people know how to play Zadly, drops in tier 2, but I will put it as tier 1.5, which is really good. Then we have Mirage Hexe Blaumon Loop. This deck's only keeping around Hexe Blaumon with the Mirage, with the loop package, playing as well as Mirage in this deck. Sometimes people playing Mars 1. I think this deck is really strong, especially versus the Tamer heavy decks. Purple Hybrid is an anti-purple hybrid deck. I saw it as well in the Utrecht Championships. I played versus 5 Hexaplowmon. Yeah, it's kind of hard to win versus these decks, but it is what it is. Then Mother as a deck, only tier 2. It didn't got any support in this upcoming new format, sadly. So nothing changed there for the Mother deck. We have other decks I want to talk about later on. Then Bizamon is for me a tier 2 deck as well. It can be as well in tier top 1 when you high roll and find your everything, and especially good matchups, but sometimes you don't find anything and be stuck on. That's the reason that when it's getting support, it gets support, but I think it is worthy to being a tier 2 deck. Then Galapmon X. Let's talk about Galapmon X. I will put Galapmon X tier 1. I think it's really strong. You're getting a new Evoline, you're getting a new Gilmon X, you're getting a new Crowmon X, so Cool Boy could be potentially played in this deck as well, what makes it really strong. And what I think it's really cool, you can play Kalomon as well. In this BT19 it gets support from a new Kalumon, from a new Gilmon line. You have a lot of stuff there, as well getting the Wargromon Ace. But for now on, I will put it as tier 1.5. I think this deck is strong, but in the next format, in the BT18 format, it's tier 1. But now it's tier 1.5. Grab your Megidramon, look at the video, guys, what I made for Galatmon, which you could grab on. I think right now it's 1.5, it's really good, and we talk about the Galatmon. And I find it because it's a secret rare. Yeah. Galatmon X Antibody, Digivolve, cost 1. When Digivolve when attacking, if Galatmon or X Antibodies in the Devolution cards until the end of your opponent's turn, this Digimon gets plus 4000 DP. So it's a 16k body, what is really good, and one of your opponents get minus 4000. When Digivolving end of attack once per turn, one of your opponents even with 1000 DP or lower, so you can delete a 14k, and deletion effects from a Galatmon is always higher. That's really, really strong. You can play as well Heavens in the deck, right? You have 3 colors, it's really, really strong. If this effect delete the Digimon, trash the top card of security card, what's really cool, unspent. This Digimon out turns while you have 0 or less memory. This Digimon isn't affected by your opponent's effect, which is strong. Having a negator. Right now, you see behind Jesmon, and you see that's like the Royal Knight saving him, but this deck overruns right now in Japan. Jesmon is really strong versus Galatmon, and that's kind of a problem. Then we got Medieval as well. People don't play Medieval, you play the on-play Ganon from the set BT18, where you can reduce for every card in your trash, which is really good, as well as Galatmon Crimson Mode Ace. This one, Medieval, is really cool. You can play this one in Mother Control and as well in Purple Hybrid. I will play the Purple Hybrid. I think it's really cool with Agumon, with suspending your Tamers, Evolve, and then go for Vortex. When this card will be played by suspending 2 Digimon, reduce play cost by 4. Alliance Vortex. When Digivolving, you might suspend 1 Digimon, then you might delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or lower. Digimon for each other suspended Digimon at 3000 DP to deletion effects maximum. All turns once per turn when this Digimon are played, you might active one of this Digivolution when Digivolving effects. I think it's really, really strong for kind of control and as well for Purple Hybrid decks. So when I talk about these decks, keep in mind that you can play this card in the decks as well. Medieval at itself, so a Medieval deck, I think it's not that good. I think it's tier 2 worthy. It's sadly not that strong, but itself as a contender, I think it's really strong as a card. Just to put it an example in. Then we got I will do Blue Hybrid. I think it's not that good. It's key. The Aging Aruma card is good, but there are other decks that are stronger. A lot of counter like Hexablaumon, and this deck has more problems than Purple Hybrid because Purple Hybrid is decks coming later also. It's more overloaded in this one, and so this needs support in this archetype. Megazoo sadly is tier 3. They don't have anything to do in this meta right now. I think it's really, really low. I don't think it's that strong to compare off, and that's why he's getting into tier 3. Then we have Dino support. Let's look at the Dinos first before I can. We getting a new Agumon. This one searches Tyrannomon and Reptile cards, and as well as Tamer. Then we get a security effect Dino. Instead of your main one, Digimon gets 3000 DP on the turn, and you get 2000 DP as well. A big beefy boy, makes you strong when you evolve in the turn. Then we have Master Tyrannomon. You have 42, but it's really cool, and on play when Digivolving, you might suspend 1 Digimon. Then if this Digimon suspended, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less. This is really good to get some nasty cards away, and you have security +1. I think Dino support getting more and more support, and I think later on this deck will be really cool, but for now on, it's not that strong. You have security +1 and fortitude. On play when Digivolving, you might suspend 1 Digimon, then delete one of your opponent's suspended Digimon with the lowest DP. Opponent's turn, while this Digimon is suspended, all of your opponent's Digimon can only attack suspended Digimon. This is really cool as well. I think Dino's getting support more in the next set, so I think you can keep an eye on this deck. I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. You can play this with the Mame Tyrannomon, you can play this with the Metal Tyrannomon, with Medieval Galatmon and Bond of Bravery, as well as the Omnimon Blitz. You can play this deck. There were some tops with the decks as well. You're getting a Tamer, free cost, the Ryotan Williams. Instead of your main phase, if your opponent has Digimon gain 1 memory, you turn when one of your Digimon Tyrannomon in this name attacks by suspending this Tamer. This Digimon might evolve into a card with Tyrannomon's name, Dinosaur's trait. But this Tamer is really strong. Yes, reading it is insane, but if you lose it, you have lost a lot of power, and that's the problem as well for Purple Hybrid and other decks. I will put it as tier 2. I will put it as the strongest tier 2. I think it's worthy to be tier 1.5, but not as much. You can play Tiger, you can play Tai in it, so you play Agumon baseline because we're getting like EX08 Agumons a lot of. You can play the EX Agumon, the first one. I think it's really strong. Yeah, I would say tier 1.5 maybe when they're getting stronger, but tier 2 is suited as really well. Justimon, I don't know guys, this Justimon is not that good. I will put it into tier 3. Justimon is a meme deck. It's always been, by the way, this Agumon you can play as well in your deck. Justimon was always a meme, guys. You have a new Cyber Dramon. Yes, this is for pyramids, nothing more. You just got the Justimon. You Digivolve level 6 Justimon and name with EX antibody trade cost for 1. Then because it's the X antibody version, it has rush, pierce, and security +1. It's really good. When attack once per turn, activate one of the Digivolving effects, one of your Justimon in its name, and the Devolution cards as affected of this Digimon, end of your turn once per turn. If your opponent Digimon has an unspent Digimon, you might attack the player. What is really cool, but guys, I don't know about Justimon. The thing is, the Justimon lists I saw didn't play the X antibody version of it. They played the Justimon Excel arm, they played the critical arm, and they played the Blitz. They didn't play even the X antibody. So the deck is sadly a meme deck. I like to just get in support, right? Thumbs up. Thank you, Bandai, but I don't think it's that kind of strong, to be honest, for my opinions. Angels is tier 1. We saw this in Utrecht. Angels got top 4. This deck is really strong. Dominion is such a broken card. I think it's really strong and really suitable. So I think tier 1 gets its place. Then we have Mother Black Control. I think this one is tier 1 as well. It depends of matchups. Is really strong. Some decks cannot do worse. This is something you keep up with your Mother. Your Shoto, you get Medieval as well. This deck is really strong. So I would say right now this deck is really strong. Did I put Medieval Mother in it? No. Then we do this Medieval Gallant deck as tier 1.5. So I think this one is the Medieval Gallant Mother Control I had in my mind. You play this with the Ace and Medieval as a front, and you play this with Gatekeepers and Mothers. I saw a deck list was really cool. I set it out, and it was not kind of bad, but I think I like the black version more, so I will kind of stick to the black version. Purple Hybrid tier 1. I think its deck is really good, but has a lot of problems with a lot of decks, as well as Angels to get the board away because the minion is really broken and they're really fast. Hexablow deletes your Tamers, as well as Mirage is a bad matchup. You need to prepare off Livia. Mother is kinda okay. The matchup, I think it's suitable for you, and other matchup as well, but you have more or less favorite matchups. If we see that with this deck don't top that much, to be honest. Just the Bellstar version in America tops a lot of times. So for my personal opinion, I think it's not that good. You can play as well what I saw. Some people play this Aquatic on the Digimon, draw 1 card, special 1 card, and when attacking once per turn, one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon, where you can evolve over, and when you have a nasty Gazimon, a Psychmon, which you do with. I would as well play one of Defixmon in this meta right now, to get rid of nasty things like this deck here. Yeah, and just as well, if they play level 5 and you have Defixmon, then it's get deleted. They need to delete your Defixmon before they can play anything, and it helps you about the meta plays you need to. I'm talking a lot of right now. We have 12 minutes, guys. This will be long. I make some faster extensions. Then we have Magna. Magna's really strong as well. Unaffected Digimon is insane. Then we have Imperial is right now one of the strongest deck. We don't got any generic support from here, but we don't need it anymore. You have you get the Crabman, what gives you jamming if you want to have, and on play one of your Digimon gets blocked until the end of your opponent's turn. If you want to have that one, it's really cool as well. You can build up. Vortex don't get support. It's tier 2. I don't think it's that strong. You need a lot of setup to make this deck sadly work. We have a lot of duplicate decks here, to be honest. I'm sorry for that one. I will keep my track on that. I lead them after it. Mirage is one of the strongest decks. I think Mirage, Magna, Imperial, then Angel, then Loop, then Mother, then Purple Hybrid. I think will this do. Mirage is really strong. This deck didn't get touched. It only got generic support. It got Pokemon banned, but hey, it won World's first time in Europe, so championships, and second time in no other TCG a deck survives 1 year. In Digimon it does, but yeah, we need to think of this deck is really strong. When it comes to ban list and this deck drops. Lord Nightmon is that tier 2 deck. It didn't do anything. It was so hyped for the deck and was playing it as well, but it cannot keep up with the unaffected stuff, and you have your board there. You Digivolve and do something and clear the board, yes, but your opponents have unaffected Digimon, or they're coming back faster than you think of. And you can keep making a lot of Nightmon. That's the reason why this deck drops. Dark Nightmon, I think, is a tier 2 deck as well. I think when you don't know how to play this deck is tier 1.5, but I would say it's a tier 2 deck. I saw it sometimes next to me, but loses it always because your opponents don't know how to do or how it works, what you can do with the deck, and this is the price factor. So if you have this price factor is 1.5 when you know what to do, it's tier 2. As well with Numemon, I think Numemon is not that kind of strong. I think Numemon is tier 2. It has its prime times, but I think that's not that kind of OP deck. Then we have Tyron. Tyron gets support, tier 1.5. You get now a new Mega Capucherimon. This has 32, and while this Digimon is suspended, it gets 3000, or turns per turn. When this Digimon deletes an opponent's Digimon in battle, trash a top security card was really cool. You get as well a Hackrisk Capucherimon Ace. You have the Shibamon Ace from the RB set, from the RB set. What we having? May Digivolve into this card for blasting. For free is really good. On play when Digivolving, you might suspend up to 3 of Digimon. For each of your suspended Digimon effects, gain more memory, what is really nice. Auto mods per turn. When the Digimon suspend until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gets piercing at 3000 DP. It's really strong to skip opponent's turn when you've played out level 5. If you didn't play out anything, or if your opponent has something to give him 0 memory. What else we have in here we can discuss about? Beatstar Hybrid version is tier 1.5. We saw that one topping a lot of in America with Purple Hybrid. It's really cool. I tested it out myself with locals. I really liked it. I was going 3-1. I think it's really strong. And as well as Cendril, this combination early DNA deck is really strong. It gets a new Evo line, but it gets as well support what this deck can use, and that's why the Doggo keeps always being in top 1. Dexter Ruguramon, I will put in tier 1.5. Yes, we have training, but this deck needs a lot of setup as well, and these unaffected higher tier decks where it's really faster. Win versus him as well as Purple Hybrid has a really good matchup that you can mill this cards off because this deck draws a lot of times. I don't know. Omni is tier 1.5 as well. When you have your combo potential, I think this is really strong. I don't know right now how's it performing versus other decks. I played with it, I won, and I lost one time when it has full combo. When you find it, you find it, but it needs to have like such as well with Ukomon Rush Army, like Duskmon or Agent or Fast Fenril or Protected Magnamon. It can do nothing, right? You block it. So, but it should be higher, should be 15 to 16 to be honest. Terriamon is set tier 2. It gets soon support. Maybe it keeps its way up then to tier 1.5. Lucy Control is tier 1.5. It's got one-time tops at Utrecht, and I think when people don't know what to do, I think it's really strong when you stick on board. And as well, you didn't get any support in the set sadly, but I think it's quite suitable for the deck to be tier 1.5. This one is Angels, we have this. This one is Gate. I want to keep to talk about this one. This one you can, this one was for something else as well. So we have some decks here as well. Lumon Quartz. We know this deck, right? What it does. So I think it's tier 1.5. I don't think anything changes in Lumon Quartz. It's always the same things we gonna play with Hydra and stuff. I think it's tier 2. Defixmon kills it, and a lot of people's playing Defixmon right now. Control kills it too. I think tier 2. When this gets support, maybe comes higher up. 7 Grey Demon Lords. I think is really not that bad in this format, but it's lacking of power. Some people playing the version with the Bishop Pawn, the Queen Pawn, and the Queen Device Assault, what is really cool to having, as well as the Digimon BT18 it gets support. I will put it now in tier 1.5. In the lower one, it is kind of slow compared of the other metas, but it gets support and support and support, so it can keep up in tier 1.5, as well as Leviamon. Leviamon needs as well setup as well, but I think this deck is really strong as well, doing its stuff as a purple deck. Expect from other things, but you need to have cards that you cannot bring out your Levias, and you need time as well in there. Cendril is sadly tier 2, and it's a stronger tier 2 deck, but not that kind of strong. And I think as well as Vortex, they need more support coming out to be the good deck, like the Cendril card played in other deck, because this yellow card is really good. Not the Vortex card that's not played sadly, but yeah. Then we got the Pyramid deck. Let's look at the Pyramid deck. I think for my head it's 1.5. I didn't saw any good plays in it, not like quick combo guide videos or something that makes it really good. But you have an option. This one is really good by touching one of your Digivolution cards. Be playing now with Digivolution cards again. With Mineral or Rock Trade, this is everything you have until the end of your opponent's turn. That Digimon gets Collision, Prising, and Reboot, what's really good. And your opponent's effects can't return the card to hand or deck, what's really strong. And 3000 DP, and delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest play cost is really strong. When you have only one Digimon, insane. Then you have Close, yeah. You have Memsetter. You turn any of your Digimon into a Rock or Mineral Trade Digimon by suspending this timer, plays up 2 cards. Because you need to Digiburst, Mineral, or Rock Trade from your trash to the bottom. What is really strong, you can play Digiburst cards as well. I told in my guide as well, so look at this if you want to cheap buy something, but everything gets up now. This has the new rule Fragment. When this Digimon will be deleted by trashing any 3 of its Devolution cards, it isn't deleted. What's really cool, so you want to stack up a lot of stuff in it. But when it gets overrun, yeah, kind of hard. When attacking by trashing any 3 Devolution cards with the Mineral or Rock Trade from your Digimon, the Digimon unsuspend and gains +1 security for the turn. End of turn, once per turn, you must place up to 3 cards with the Mineral Rock Trade from your trash and Devolution cards. What is really cool, because then you have 1 protection. You have as well a lot of Evo lines here. The thing is, when this deck is fast enough to make 2 protections, then it's tier 1.5. If it's too slow, it's tier 2. From reading and what I see from like as well as seeing it didn't make anything in Japan. Of course we have Europe Rope here, guys. I don't want to say anything bad about the deck, but playing this as the boss monster and have nothing else to be played. There was one guy playing with Hazidramon. Of course you can play your Ukomons in there. I think it's a tier 2 deck. I think I will put it next to Ganon. Maybe they're good enough to be tier 1.5 and keep me wrong. It's just what I'm thinking of, but it can be this deck to tier 1.5. Sakuyamon gets more support. I will put her as tier 1.5. She gets as well in the next set the Tyron loop. Then guys, we don't need to talk about this deck. It's the most broken deck. One of the most broken decks. You have here Kokomon. If you have other Digimon, one of your Digimon gets -2,000 for the turn. It's nice yellow support. Then we have the Renamon X Antibody. On play with Digimon, you turn 1 option card with a plugin in its name from your hand to your trash to the hand, and once per turn as inherited. In your turn, when you use an option card with a 2 cost or less, your opponent's Digimon gets -2,000 for the turn. What is really cool. And we get the Sakuyamon X Antibody. When Digivolving is Sakuyamon or X Antibody, it's in Devolution cards. Play 1 Uka Mitoma token with 9,000 rush. Your turn once per turn when one of your Digimon attacks, and my use 1 single color option card with a use of cost of 5 or less before paying the cost. If this effect is used, one of your Digimon unsuspend. I think this card is really good, and this card as well, this deck gets really broken. Sadly, this is a loop where you can do with the Tyron Ace in the next set, with you can do Runemon, and like decks like this here or other decks that cannot compete with a 10k body fall down. Because when you always do 10k minus on the board, what you can do, only if you are unaffected or be a big doggy or be protected. Not even Imperium has problems, because you play out this Digimon to do your combo. You need to evolve into a level 6 behind to go up then and do something with a fighter mode, and then go into Imperial in your turn, but you don't have the memory for it. It's lacking problems as well. But this is for the next tier. We need to talk about that one. Hopefully it come a band list out. Please, Bandai, please. Then we have the last deck, Snow, Ice Flake Memory, Ice Flake. We have the Sakadamon. It has Ice and Barrier. When Digivolving, you might play 1 level 4 lower Ice Snow trade Digimon card from your hand without playing the cost. For each of your opponent's Digimon with no Devolution cards, add 1 to this effect's level maximum. Not bad. When Digivolving, when attacking once per turn by placing 1 Digimon card with no Devolution cards as the bottom security card, this Digimon I suspend. This is really good versus Mother. You can just play this one. This is like support as well. Like every niche card, I have one guy playing in my locals fish. He's one of my best friends. This one is generic support as well. It gives you jamming, right? I know it gives you 1 draw. And because you only want to Evo. Yeah, Mirage support, I see it. Thank you, Bandai. And then we have a Tamer, Susune, Katsuki. Start of your main phase as your opponent has more Digimon game more memory. Not bad. Sadly, no memory Tamer, you need to play another one. When one of your Ice Split Digivolve in any Tamer, you have Ice No trade by suspending the Tamer, trash 1 Devolution cards from your opponent's Digimon. Not bad. And nothing more. The Wukamon. If you have 0 memory, game 1 memory. Strong. If you evolve into something with 0, it's always happening. Yeah, it's not strong. And that's where we get a lot of new hybrids where you can fill your deck off and paying $20 each for a good one. Yep. I will put this deck in T2. But I think this deck is not that strong like the other two. I think Pyramide, Mon, and Dino are stronger. But I will do this for the tier list, guys. This is my opinion. Of course, you can tell me what you're thinking about, but not like, why you put this deck in this and this. Make an explanation why you think this deck is good, why you think it's suitable, in which kind of matchups you think you can win, and we can talk and discuss about that. This will be pretty nice to think of. Every other comment will be deleted and will be blocked on this channel, guys, because it's no argument to say, yeah, this deck is good, you have no thing because you didn't play the deck. Yeah, of course I didn't play any deck because I don't have any of all of these cards, guys. But you need to think of, I need to be perspective in a competitive way to see what it is. If you want to have to fun and locals, and this is not tier list what you should watch. But this is for my opinion, guys, because I saw it a lot of in the comments discussion with me normally, and I want to discuss it with you guys where there's no problem at all. Thank you guys for watching as always. Stay healthy. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and smash the thumbs up button. Thanks always for watching. Your Senki. I'm out. See ya.